Now what you're going to do is turn them similarly to how we were solving the other 3x1 bars. Make blue on the left and green on the right. It doesn't matter, you can have it the opposite way as well, where green's on the left and blue's on the right, but just put them on the left and right. So now we're going to be making center. We're going to be making another center here to have this 3x3 done. So I always like to look around and see what stuff I have done. So in this case I have this orange bar already done for me, so I'm obviously going to start with this orange bar here, but you can just start with any side, it doesn't really matter. But I always like to do the least amount of work possible to solve these as fast as possible. So in this case I'm just going to choose this orange side to start with because I have this 3x1 already done. So I see here that I have this these two corner pieces here already done. So I like this. I'm going to try to keep this. So I'm going to pull it off the layer I'm working because we can't match anything up on the layers we're working with. We always have to match them up on different layers, because if we do that we're going to mix up some of our pieces that are already done and we don't want to be counterproductive. So whenever you are matching stuff up, don't do it on the layer of which you're trying to match. So for example, I brought these two corner pieces down. I have this orange center here, but I can't do anything about that. They're in the opposite spots that I don't need them. So I'm going to continue looking around the cube until I find the other orange center piece here, and it's right here. So I have the one orange center piece here, and then I have up here my two orange corner pieces. So the center is in the bottom center or bottom middle spot here, so that means I need it to be in the correct spot. With respect to these two, I need it to be in the top center piece. So I could either move these two pieces down like that, or I could have moved this piece up, just turn this face up to have them in the correct spot. But now this piece correctly matches with this piece. Here it's in the correct spot where I want to move it. The orange matches with the orange, so I can just bring this side up and then I match them up like this. So I have this orange 3x1 bar here, then I turn the top to make it all vertical, and I look and I see that I have them correctly oriented here, so I can just pull it down and then I match my two bars up. So I have this, these are unaffected because we haven't turned those layers. Now I have these two done. Okay, so now all we need to do is to make this remaining 3x1 orange bar here. So just look around the cube to find your orange pieces. I see that we have an orange center here, so I like that, so I'm going to keep my finger on it and continue looking around the cube. Oh, and now I see that we have these two corner pieces here, like this. So that's good. So I'm going to turn it up to get it in the same plane of which we're working. And now I'm going to go look for that center again. This center piece here is in the upper center row, so that's in the correct spot. And then our corners are in the upper layer here, so this empty spot is in the same spot that the orange spot is in. It could be any number of layers away, but in this case it's in this it's 2 layers away, or 2 faces away. So we just have to turn this layer down until we get it here and match it up with this 3x1 bar. All I did was move this center layer here because it moves. You can move it independent of the other ones. See, like you can either pull these two down and move this one like that. But anyways, so we match this 3x1 bar here. So now we have to turn it vertically, and we have to recreate our orange centers. Sometimes it can happen where you knock one out by mistake, but then you can just pull it back down. So we have all of our orange centers done now. So now you have to either solve for the center on the right or the center on the left, because it makes it a lot easier. So in this case, I see that I have a black edge piece matched up here, so I can just do that. And red, I don't really have anything, but this face is yellow, remember, so I don't really have anything here. I have the same thing here, but I'll just do black for the sake of it. So I go with this black side here, and I'm making the center bar here. Or I could make the center bar here. It's exactly the same thing because I have one of these edge pieces on each side. So I'll just create this center bar here. So what I need to do is find my other black center edge piece here. So I look around the cube and I find that it's right here. It's directly above it and it's in the exact same spot where I need it. So say if this was down here, I need this piece to be here in the center right position, and in this piece here it would be in the bottom center position. So I just turn the top so that it's in the same position, then I pull it down, so now that I have this matched up here. In this case I matched up both of these at the same time because they were stacked up in this brick, but that was just coincidence. But all I was doing is matching up the center layer here. Now you have to understand that you've knocked out the orange center again. You've messed this up. So what you have to do is turn the top until you get your empty space and then bring it back up. You have to do the opposite action that you did. So now you resolve this orange center and you have this black 3x1 done, and this one just happened to be finished as well. So now we need to make this black 3x1 here, this last one. So you look around the cube to find your pieces. We see that we have two pieces here and we have this one piece here. So what we're going to have to do is separate these, get these on different faces. So what I'm going to do is just turn it like this, pull these two down, but now I've disrupted this orange layer. So what I need to do is take this layer like this and turn it twice. So now that it's no longer over here, and I can turn my orange layer back to recomplete the orange layer, the orange center, and get my black pieces on this layer here. So what I did was I had the black pieces here, I turned them so that they were on this layer here and I could get them away from this face because I can't match things up that are on the same face. So then I pulled it down. What that did was, obviously it affected the orange side here. It brought that down. And then I had my black pieces here. So I turned the top so that they were no longer here. And then I redid this action here. I brought my right sides back up and I recompleted these centers. So now I have these two black pieces here. And I just need to solve for this corner piece. I need to put this corner piece here. This corner piece is in the lower left corner, and we need it to be in the upper left corner to match in the position where we want it to go. So we turn the face so that we get it in the upper left position here, and it needs to go in the upper left position. So now we just pull it down. Now what that has done is it's disrupted our orange center and our black center as well. So what we need to do is turn our face here, turn it away from the layer which we turned, and then redo the action. So then we turn that layer up, and then our orange center is good and our black center is good. So now, in order to get this black 3x1 in here, we can't just turn it, because remember, that may complete this, but it would disrupt the orange layer, and we're being counterproductive in doing that. So what we need to do is go like this. We have the black layer here, and we have this black layer here done. So what we need to do is either turn the top, this face here, to make them in the same lane. We need them to be in the exact same lane. We could have turned this face here or this face here to match them up on the left or the right. And then you just need to bring them down. Whenever you're doing this, you always want to, it can either be you're pairing it from the top or the bottom, but in this case here I was pairing it from the top, so I'll have this algorithm here for you. Then you turn this face here twice, then you just bring it back. So now the black and orange sides are done. So now all we have left are these two centers here. In order to do this, you just need to get as many pieces as you can on the correct faces. So you see this face here is red and this face here is yellow. So we need to get as many yellow pieces on this side and as many red pieces on this side as we can. So we see here that we have this yellow 2x1 here, and we have this red 2x1 here. You can have many different scenarios, but in this case here, we can optimize the number of yellow pieces we have on this side by switching these two pieces here. And we can do so by doing this algorithm. You have to have, if you want to switch this side and this side, or this side and this side, you have to have them on the opposite sides on your respective center. So for example, if we want to switch this right side here, we need to make sure that the piece that we want to switch it with is on the left face, over on the left side right here. We have to have them on the opposite sides. So then all you need to do, assuming that your sides you want to switch is on the upper right here and on the lower left here, if you had it like this, where they were both on the same side here, where you have the two yellows here and the two reds up here, you can just turn the top or the front face twice to get them on the opposite sides. So now you just go left, prime, top, and then left to pull it down. So now we have these three pieces here. We have this red 2x1 here, and we just need to switch these around a little bit more. We have this red 2x1 bar here, and then this one piece here, and we have all these pieces here, these three yellow pieces. So what we want to do is to keep reducing this until we no longer have these 2x1 bars. If you have a 2x1 bar, you need to keep switching it with other pieces until you have them all broken up like this. So for this piece here, we can just do that same move. Just go like this, top twice, and pull it back down. And then in that case, it just matched it up, but I wasn't aiming to do that, but it's okay. So whenever you have something like that, look, I'll show you again. Okay, so whenever you want to move a piece from this center here to this center here, you have to put it in the exact same location of where it is on this cube. So you can see here we have pieces in the bottom right corner and in the bottom center corner, or in the bottom center here. And what you need to do is put them in the exact same spot. So you can see here we have this yellow corner and this red corner, so we have to match them up and put them in the same spot. We want to get them, well, not in the same spot, we want to get them as close together as possible for these centers. So now we have this piece here and then this piece here. This piece is in the upper right, this piece is in the lower right, so they're as close as they can possibly be. Then you just want to do this following algorithm. You want to go both right sides, turn the top, both right sides again to match it up and get this 3x1 here. So now, then we have to turn the top one more time. Okay, so now we have this yellow bar here and this red bar here. We want to switch them, so we have to have them on the opposite sides like before. So now we're going to do it on the left side, where the one on the top is on the left. It's the exact same move as the one on the right, except a little bit different. You just turn the top layers like this, then top, and then you pull it back down. So now we only have one piece left. Okay, so let's see. So we just want to match them up and get them as close together as possible. In this case, it's there. So then we just do that same move. Just keep doing it. So now we want to switch. We want to get this piece up here. So we want to put this corner piece up here, so we just go move it up. So now we have the 3x1, move it, turn the top, and then pull it back down. So we have all our centers complete now.